Hello traders, Ade Forex here and welcome back to another episode of Forex Focus. Here we discuss the Forex market, we talk about what happened in the previous week and also what we are expecting in the coming week. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. So as usual, we are going to be analyzing the DXY and the Gbpusd, and I've always been saying this, right, times without number. If you want me to analyze a particular pair for you, just drop it in the comment section and I'm gonna do that in the subsequent videos. All right, so starting with the DXY, right, we can see that we are bullish, right, and then the market actually did what we were expecting, right. So let's actually go to the weekly time frame to talk about something, right. So on the weekly time frame, the trend on the weekly time frame, are we gonna say it's bullish or we are still bearish, right? Because some of you might say this is the swing high, right? But it's not about just you need to understand what the market is doing, right, for you to actually say, okay, the market is bullish or bearish right now. Some some might say this is the swing high, so we are bearish, right? But for me, from my own POV, on the weekly time frame, we are bullish. And why do I say that, right? We are bullish short term, right? Because this is the main what's it called, this is the main swing high, obviously, right? But as you can see, we are bullish. And why do I say that? If you take a look at the previous candles, right, we had this range bound market right here, right? From this, we had a full month, right, a full 4 weeks, right? We had this, we were in a range, right? So this was this was telling us, okay, the market was ranging and yet to know the direction that it's headed, right? And then in the previous week, we had this break towards the upside, right? We broke this major high on the daily time frame, right? We broke this high, and then and if you take a look at this, is a bullish engulfing candle, right? It engulfed all these candles, all these candles, right, including the body of this candle, right? And then eventually in the previous week, we had this continuation of the bullish candle, right? So that engulfed all these candles, right? So obviously, technically we are bullish on the weekly time frame. So let's go to the daily time frame to talk about what we can see. That on the daily time frame, the market structure is also telling us we are bullish, right? So we're obviously bullish on the daily time frame also. And let's go back to the weekly time frame. Actually, as we can see on the weekly time frame, we had this fair value gap right here, and it has been fully mitigated, right? But let's go to the daily time frame and take a look at the fair value gap that we've plotted out in the previous videos, right? So we plotted out this fair value gap and used it as targets, right? And obviously we've actually respected it, right? The market has actually mitigated over 50% of the fair value gap, right? And we are currently retracing to let's go to the 4 hourly time frame, and we are currently retracing to the 4 hourly time frame supply demand zone, right? So speaking of what we are expecting in the coming week, right, what I'm just gonna be expecting is something like this, right? If the market on the 15-minute time frame, when the market gets to this level, or even if the market decides not to get to this level, right, because I just look for some sort of trend change towards the upside, right, to start longing this pair, right? But let's not forget, we still have all this, we still have fair value gaps below here that the market might decide to retrace deeper to before the continuation of the impulsive bullish moves, right? So but what we're just going to be expecting on the 4 hourly time frame is this, right? This demand zone, as long as it is respected and you see a trend change on the lower time frames, then we are good to go with the we are good to long the DXY, right? So that's that. So let's actually talk about Gbpusd. So let's go to the weekly time frame of the GBP. So on the weekly time frame of the Gbpusd, as you can see right here, this high, we've plotted it out few videos back, right? If you've been following us, you can attest to this, right? So we plotted out this high few videos back that, okay, this is an old high that was drawing price, right? And obviously we took out that liquidity, right? So after taking out the liquidity, we had this massive bearish engulfing candle, right, in the previous I think the last two weeks, right? We had this bearish engulfing candle, right? And then the previous week we also had we had a push towards the upside, kind of a retracement, then towards the downside. Let's go to the daily time frame to get a clearer view, right, of what happened. So in the previous week we talked about, we were expecting the market to break this low, right? So and then we plotted out some, let's actually go to the 4-hourly time frame. So we plotted out a zone right here, and then we plotted out is another zone around up here, right? So we're expecting the market to actually come to mitigate. I think there's a daily fair value gap right there. Yeah. So there's a daily fair value gap right here, so let's not forget that, right? So the daily fair value gap is still intact, right? So this fair value gap, let's just annotate it as a fair value gap, right? So moving on to the 4-hourly time frame, right? So we had this daily fair value gap where we talked about the market potentially coming to mitigate this fair value gap before the continuation towards the downside, right? And then we also we plotted out this supply zone, right? And obviously the market only respected this supply zone, right, to continue to push towards the downside. And as we can see, this was the strong low on the daily time frame, and obviously we had a trend change, right? So we've gotten the trend change on the daily time frame, right? So obviously GBPUSD is bullish at the moment, right? At the moment GBPUSD is bullish, but let's not forget, right, let's not forget about this fair value gap, right? And also let's just go, what are we actually expecting in the coming week? What are we actually expecting, right? For me personally, we've gotten this daily trend change, 4 hours break of structure, right? And then normally what we should be expecting is market to retrace into our our demand zone, right? But if you want to refine it like this, right, so maybe something like that, our market to retrace into our demand zone, but let's just draw it just that the normal demand and supply zones, right? So market to retrace into our demand zone to continue pushing towards the downside, right? But let's not forget, right, this stops could be used as liquidity, right? They could be used as liquidity, right, for price to mitigate this fair value gap, this daily fair value gap before the continuation to the downside, right? But normally we shouldn't go far to that extent, right? Just trade what you see at the moment, right? And what do we see at the moment is we have this supply zone, right? So at this supply zone, let me delete this to not cause confusion, right? So at this supply zone, we should just be expecting some sort of, I think we should have gotten that. Let's just go to the 15 minutes. Okay, so I think this is our main low on the 15 minutes time frame, right? So if you get this trend change, right, then if you get a trend change right here, and if not, now as you can see, this is a mini demand zone, right? This is the 15 minutes demand zone, so the market might even respect this and continue pushing towards the upside, right? So actually get to this main supply zone, the actual supply zone, right? But let's just go back to the 4-hourly time frame. So let me continue what I was trying to explain. Actually, sorry about that, guys. So if we get a trend change right here, right, so let's just assume you get a trend change right here. So you just wait for, if there's maybe your entry criteria, right? Mine is I have to see imbalance, or imbalance with another order block, right? Then my entry will be at probably the order block, right? Then just wait for your entry and something like this, right? Or even something like this, it will be even safer, right? Maybe something like this, and then market start creating some sort of liquidity to tap into your zone to start shorting, right? But I mean that's by the way, right? So the 15 minutes demand zone could be respected and to continue pushing towards the upside, right? So let's just go back to the 4-hourly time frame, right? So yeah, so basically what I'm expecting is I'm still expecting bearish. GU is like obviously we are bearish on GU, right? But what I'm just scared of is this fair value gap, right? Because it is yet to be mitigated, right? So and these stops could be used as liquidity, right? It's not even, it could be these are liquidity areas, right? On top of this there are sell stops, right? On top of these are sell stops, right? And then we have this fair value gap, right? So that's that for that, right? And if we get something like this, right, if we break this 4-hourly structure, right, then probably in the retracement, right, we can even look for longs into this fair value gap, right? But you just have to like know what you are doing, right? You have to understand the market, right? So yeah, that takes us to the end of today's video, and I hope you guys learned one or two things off of this video. I hope you guys not only enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned. That's the most important thing, right? You have to learn from this video, right? So if you actually learned something from this video, just drop a comment, right, saying just whatever you want to say, right? Just just to see that, okay, you actually watched to this particular to this particular point, right? So yeah. And one more thing here, I want to thank you guys so much for the 60 followers. We just hit 60 subscribers, rather. We just hit 60 subscribers, and I'm really grateful for that. I thank you all for the love and the support. And yeah, so yeah, so that takes us to the end of today's video, and I wish you guys a profitable week, and see you guys in the next one. Peace out.